Hey, what's up? This is part 5 of my parody of what I think conspiracy theory podcasts would be like if they took place within the DC universe. If you haven't seen the first 4, go watch them if you want. You don't have to. It's your life. But if you want to, they're there. So, also I want to say, I know it's been a while since I made one of these, but Anyway, I hope you enjoy. See you in the Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Gotham City Tonight podcast. As per usual, we have a great show for you today. We're actually going to be going over, we got some new evidence that basically proves a theory that I have presented to all of you in the past. And I also have a personal story that happened between me and Green Lantern that I'm going to share that I think will actually change the way a lot of you see Green Lantern. It proves that he's been lying about who he is, and I personally think that it proves that he's definitely evil. Very intense stuff. Some of it's kind of scary. But before we get into that, though, I did want to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, the one and only Chocos. I personally have been eating these my whole life. You definitely know what they are. I don't think that there's a better cookie out there. I think this might be the best cookie ever made on the planet, period. I'm not a big fan of Martian Manhunter, but there is one thing we agree on, and that is these are incredible. I personally like to put a fork to hold them and then dip them in milk and just eat it like cereal. It's really good. Definitely check it out. And if you do decide to order from their website, make sure to use code GC Tonight at checkout for an additional 5% off of your order. Once again, that's GC Tonight for an additional 5% off of your order. A thank you to them for sponsoring this podcast episode. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the rest of the episode. And bring the tone back down, actually, now that we're done with the ad read, because, like I said, a lot of this is really dark and depressing stuff, so, yeah. The first thing that I want to get into is my personal interaction with Green Lantern and how I know now that he is evil. Yesterday, I got an invitation from an old friend saying that a new exhibit had opened at the Hall of Justice over in Metropolis. So he invited me to go with him to see this new exhibit. It's about Gotham, so I was like, you know what? Might as well. Let's see if I'm in it, because, I'm a big part of Gotham culture. Everybody knows who I am. You trust me. You love me. So I thought, I've got to be there. I've got to go check it out. And if I am there, maybe, I'll take some pictures with some people. Who knows what'll happen. When you enter the main hall of the building, they have these giant holograms of each core member of the Justice League, totally wanting you to worship them like they're some kind of god, because, that's how big their egos are. And when you first enter to the right, there's a Green Lantern one. And he's doing this whole speech. And in this speech, he says openly to just anybody who will listen, he says, "My name is John Stewart, and I am not an alien, but I am a space cop." What? Why would you admit to that? So now I'm supposed to go about the rest of my life knowing that there's a man with godlike powers flying around the planet at his whim who is a police officer not to my world. What if the department or wherever he works decides that Earth is spinning over the speed limit for space because he's a space cop, and then suddenly he blows up the whole planet because he's not following our rules. He's following the rules of whatever the space police are that he works for. As I've said for years, I hate the Justice League, so this is nothing new to people who have followed me, but to people who worship the Justice League and are big fans of the Justice League, open your eyes. He just openly admitted that he doesn't care about our rules. He makes his own rules, or he follows the rules of somebody we've never met, somebody we don't know. So, he's evil. We don't know what these rules are. He didn't come down and give us a list of rules and say, hey, this is what you have to do in order to not be attacked by my literal magic god ring. But on the topic of the Justice League, that actually segues perfectly into the theory that I previously told you about, that there's now evidence that proves it. The theory that I gave you previously was that Bruce Wayne is Superman. I'm going to let you sit with that for a second. Bruce Wayne is Superman. Before it was a theory, now I know that it's true. Let me explain. For anybody who doesn't remember, a week and a half ago, some of the Justice League said, we're going off-world to do a mission. And that group of people consisted of, I don't know and I don't care, but one of the people was Superman. And of course, when Superman leaves, suddenly Bruce Wayne's gone too. he goes on a trip and comes back the same day that the Justice League comes back, yeah, I'm not buying it, and I don't think any of you are either. And if that doesn't sell you, Bruce Wayne did a shirtless calendar thing. Why would he be that muscular if he's not Superman? That doesn't make sense for him to be that muscular. And I've heard people say, but Jack, Superman and Bruce Wayne have been in the same room. Very true. Martian Manhunter. Yeah. So they wanted to throw me off of their tracks, so they had Martian Manhunter pretend to be Superman and then go into the same room as Bruce Wayne, and there we go. They think they're good, but I'm better, you know? Indisputable evidence. And let me say, it feels good. It feels good to be right. It feels good. I mean, honestly, I can't remember a single theory that I've told you guys that didn't end up being true. So, you're welcome. You come to me for the truth. I always tell you the truth. I'm the best there is. And I've seen a lot of people say, I wonder why the Gotham Gazette fired him. He was the best they had. Exactly. And since I'm feeling good today, I wanted to go ahead and do a call. But we prepared it beforehand this time. We had people call in, and we made sure that they are not the Riddler. Can we confirm? Okay, so we do have a call that is 100% not the Riddler, and they are a fan of the show, so you can wire them in. I'm ready to talk to them.
Hey man, long time listener, first time caller.
Hey, thanks for calling. I always love talking to the fans. Do you have a theory or anything you want to share with us?
Let me just say this. Why don't you talk about Lex Luthor anymore?
Give me the thing. I personally have no opinion on Lex Luthor or LexCorp as a whole and do not wish to comment on the situation further.
You getting sued by that Baldo, ain't you?
What are you talking? No. And if I was, do you think that I would talk to you about it?
I'm just saying, I think it's interesting that you don't talk about it no more.
I don't want to...
I'm just saying, you two used to be closer
I can't,
than the
I'm
dog
sorry,
and
I
the
can't hear
tail.
you.
Suddenly this...
Yeah, I
this-
can't hear
this
him.
Riddler
I can't hear him
popped up.
anymore. Oh, that's a shame. The call cut out. That's a real shame because I really like talking to all of my fans. You guys are all so cool. Listen, you all know I love to talk to you. You love talking to me. I like making you happy. But every time we do this, it feels like somebody comes on and disrespects me and everything I stand for by questioning the truth. And I'm going to be honest, I've thought about it a lot. I don't know if I'm going to do calls anymore. We'll see what happens. I just want one good experience, guys. Be better. There's one thing that can't be better. And that's today's sponsor, Choco's. They're the best cookies out there. Make sure to go to their website, and if you order yourself a box, make sure to use code GC tonight for an additional 5% off of your initial purchase. It's the best deal you can get. Next week, I'm going to be taking a trip all the way over to Central City. And you know what? I'm going to pack a box of these. And you know what? When I bought mine, I made sure to use code GC tonight for an additional 5% off of my purchase. And geesh, it made it so cheap, I couldn't help myself. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for this episode. I am disappointed in you guys overall. But I'll be less disappointed if you order the Chacos. But yeah, let's be better. See you on the next episode.